Hello YouTube, Jeremiah 2005 here with a review of some very special Ninja Turtle figures. These are the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original comic book figures. Alright, so the next figures we have with the new 2012 series line is actually figures representing their original Mirage Comics look back from 1984, 30 years ago, which is really long time now that you think about it. What do I want to say? There's a couple of things you notice straight away. The first being that they all have red bandanas. The colors were not added until the '87 cartoon, for those who don't know, so that the kids could tell them apart. If they all had red bandanas, they figured, oh, well, no one's gonna know Michelangelo from Donatello or Leonardo or whatever. Now I don't know. Giving them distinct weapons clearly wasn't a clue enough, and different voices. So they gave them the different colored bandanas, and they gave them the initials on their belt buckle, which then later got taken away because that was just silly. But the colored bandanas stuck around. That's kind of how they've been identified for the past 27 years, which is fine. So that's what we have, and let's look at the packaging. Now we see it's a little bit different than we had before. There's more of a black and white look to it. Still have the logo up here, and then down here you got like this black and white comic drawn turtle, and it says original comic book Raphael, Ninja Master of the Double-Fisted Sai. So that's pretty cool. Then on the back, up here they talk to you about, and let me lift this up. They give you a thing. Back in 1984, a single 40-page black and white underground comic redefined the comic book industry and created a worldwide phenomenon. For 30 years, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have entertained and thrilled legions of fans across the globe, and they're still going strong. Yeah, a black and white underground comic that was done while the creators were drunk as a joke, which is actually it was a joke. They were. They printed it themselves, which is why it's called Mirage Studios, because it doesn't actually exist, or at least it didn't 30 years ago. And they didn't think it would take off, but here we are 30 years later going, look at all these action figures. So each one has that, and then we have the little bio here talking about that particular turtle. It just tells you here, for Raphael, for example, he's got his temper. And he's fearless and whatnot. At the bottom here, we see the figure line. Neutralizer still listed among the good guys. This time they use comic book turtles instead of battle shell. The LARPs are at the bottom, and then on the bad guys, Slash is listed as a villain. Robotic foot soldiers in there, as is Tiger Claw. Those two will be the next review, unless there's anyone else I'm missing, which I don't think there is. Next up is Michelangelo. Same packaging, it just says his name spelled correctly. Originally it was spelled wrong because Kevin Eastman didn't know how to spell Michelangelo. Ninja Master of Dual Nunchucks. Like that's legit. That's why it always had an A in there. There should be no A. And then it just says that he has the most natural athletic abilities. And let's see. He's got enthusiastic imagination. Nothing about, being a jokester or whatever. Just says that he's got natural talent. And I guess they gave him the joke abilities. He doesn't train as hard as the others, so he doesn't need to. Same figures on the back there. Next up is Leonardo, Ninja Master of the Katana Swords. And on the back here it tells us that he is a hero's hero, and just other nonsense here. He's brave. Here we have Donatello, Ninja Master of the Bow Staff. Here on the back here it says he's calm and collected. Says he likes technology and inventing things. And that's pretty much it about him. Same figures. Each one comes with one of these little cards in there. I don't know if that's something that's unique for these figures or something we might have going forward, but they are pretty cool. Backside just has them and the logo. They do come with a pamphlet I don't know if there's anything new actually on this side. I mostly looked at the figure list, the figure checklist on this side, which actually doesn't even feature them and has nothing new that we haven't already seen as far as standard figures. They have talking figures, flingers, throw and battle, ninja action, and there's also a video game, I guess that's coming out. Danger of the Ooze. Or maybe that's like the Season 2 storyline video game. I don't know. But I haven't actually heard of that one yet, so I'll have to look into that. The figures themselves, which we're going to get to now, only come with their weapons. That's it. What you see here is what they come with. So let's start with Raphael, because that's how I roll. Right, and you can see, you'll notice, they all look kind of exactly alike. Because that's how they're drawn, because when you're doing something for fun, and, you know, as a joke, you're not going to really go into a whole lot of extra detail and whatnot. So there you got the face, the red bandana. You can see his size. Look a little bit different, a little more simplistic than what we normally get. His legs, his feet, still looks, I mean, you still see it's the Turtles. One thing about these is the tail. They cut those off, I guess, when they made cartoons. I don't know why. I could think of a really fun reason why. It's kind of dirty if you look at them the wrong way. Especially if you look at the ones in the distance, you can kind of figure out where I'm going with this. Articulation, the head, right? Head right there. They do have shoulders, right? I just kind of haven't really fooled with the joints too much. They are really stiff. Elbows, I can't tell if it doesn't look like they actually have any wrist joints. Why, I'm not sure, but they don't. And then legs, they do have some leg articulation here, and then like this swivel and kind of bend at the knee. It's actually almost like a reverse bend, it feels like. But so that's kind of what they have here. No weapon holsters. I don't know if I mentioned that yet or not, but they do not have weapon holsters. So it's either weaponless or weapons in their hand. You don't let go of your weapon. Michelangelo is right here. Right, you can see he looks different without the orange. Right, Raph had the red already, so you know, nothing different here. But here's Mikey with the orange, and you can see all these details. It's like scars and markings all over him. Right, where they've been patched back together and got injured and healed, and because these guys were the real deal. They were ninjas. They were trained assassins. You know, they were trained expressly for the purpose of finding and killing the Shredder. We got him as a recurring villain because that's how television shows work. You can see here he's got his nunchucks, and look, there's no pattern whatsoever. It's just a piece of wood and then the chain. It's like a standard nunchuck. They don't have any kind of hand wrap to it or any kind of design like we usually see. And pretty much everything else is kind of the same. Like I said, all the shell, all their articulation is the same for each of these guys. Leonardo, right here. Kind of looks like he has a little bit longer of a neck. I think it's just the way he's made and kind of the positioning he's been given. They did make their mouths a little different. Some of them show teeth, the other ones don't. His swords, really basic katanas. You know, nothing extravagant about them. Just a couple of swords. I even think one might be slightly longer than the other. It could just be my eyes being really bad. Again, the tail, all the pads and the armor and the shell markings. This, you know, pretty much the same thing that we had with Raph and Mike. And then finally, Donatello, right here. You can see, I mean, his bow staff is a plain piece of wood. He does still have the wrapping in the middle, the grip, but it's just a plain stick, you know. I mean, there's not even any wood markings on it like you would normally get. It's just a stick. But like I said, here's Donnie. I guess you could fit his staff in there like a normal staff pose. I didn't even try yet because of not having a wrist joint. I was wondering how that would go. But you can stick this in his hand. I might put it like this and make it look a little better. I like that better. I do. So there's Donnie, right? Everybody has the same everything. So here are our original comic book Turtles. I like these guys. Obviously, they're not something that's in the show. It's more needed if you're going to do like a Turtles Forever thing where you can have, you can get your original 87s in there. Especially if you have the Toon line from that toy line that says Toon Raph, Toon Mike. Those are made to look just like the ones from the show, as opposed to the other figures, which clearly don't. And you get your 2003 Turtles, and then you can put these guys with them, and then even throw in the 2012s. And just have a pretty badass display of Turtles through the years. If you have the movie figures from when those came out, that's get different movies, the CGI movie and the live action Jim Henson suit movie, and put all the Turtles together and have like an army. I don't know what you would do with it, but it would look pretty badass. So yeah, like I said, I like these. I can recommend them. If you got that desire to have these, like the old school original look to them. I had to have them because I thought they looked neat. I do have the comics. I have the graphic novel version, so that's kind of what made me also want these. Because I have something to go with that now. But yeah, definitely cool. The next Turtles review, like I said, will be Tiger Claw and the Robo Foot Soldier, which I do have. Actually, the Robo Foot Soldier, just got to find Tiger Claw in the stores, and then that'll be coming out to you all next. So be on the lookout for that. Until next time, check out the podcast, PrivateRangersandRebels.com, bringing you the latest Toku news, creative way possible, plus awesome Turtles discussions every week, because we love that damn show so much. Thumbs up, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.